Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I have a question for you. Just before we get started, would you agree that if you are going to be successful in any business, could be a trading business, which we are going to be building together, or alternatively, it could just as easily be a clothes business selling jackets, an electronics business selling TVs, it could even be a cake business selling cakes. Whatever business the business is, would you agree? You need to have at least some very basic information. Otherwise, the business is going to fail before it's even begun. Let's take an example. Amazon launches a new product. Let's say it's a range of jackets. Would you agree? If they only knew the price at which they will be selling those jackets, but had no idea how many units people are buying from them, i.e. demand, or worse, how many units they have available in the warehouse, i.e. their supply. Let me repeat, they don't even know how many jackets they have in the warehouse to sell, or how many jackets people are even buying from them. Would you agree that type of business is going to be a disaster? It's not going to last very long. Would you run or invest your money in a business where you have no idea how many units your customers are buying from you, and worse, how many units you even have available to sell them? Now, please just go to the PDF download section and print off questions. These may seem like obvious questions, and they are. It is intentional, but it is very important. Just answer them and have them in front of you, as I'm going to refer to them throughout the program. So really important, you just print that document and answer the questions, even if the answers are extremely obvious. You will see why as we go along. So to repeat, once you've paused this video and printed off the questions sheet, I literally want you to write the answer to that question down on the piece of paper you just printed off. Would you run or invest your money in a business where A, you have no idea how many units your customers are buying from you, and B, you have no idea how many units you even have available to sell them? The only thing you know is the price you are going to charge. Just write down the answer, yes or no. Would you enter that type of business? The answer is so obvious, but there's a reason I'm asking you. So please just go ahead and write your answer down. Yes or no. Would you run that type of business? Now, let's be honest. 100% of you have obviously answered no. Maybe even in capital letters. You're thinking, no way would I enter that type of business where I don't even know what people are buying from me or how much I even have available to sell them. That would be financial suicide. I might as well throw my money away. Now, we can laugh about it, but then let me ask you this. Why are you running your trading business like that and expecting any different outcome other than complete failure? Every time you take a trade without this full set of information about your trading business, this is what you're doing. It's financial suicide. And the sooner you realize it, the sooner you can start to get yourself on a more realistic path to success in this business. The amazing thing for you is this is exactly what professional or institutional trading is all about. It's about taking you from what amateurs or retail traders are doing, running their business with virtually no information, and turning you into a professional trader, someone who is utilizing the same set of information a proper business would. Now, you'll notice as we go along through this program, everything I say is backed up by facts. Too many people, especially retail traders, just believe everything they're being told. It's insanity to do that. It makes no sense. Going forward, make it a stone cold philosophy in everything you do. Don't just take anyone's word, including mine, for anything. Look at the facts and then you decide for yourself how you want to build your trading business. What makes the most sense to you? It's your business and hard-earned money after all. So let's do that. Look at the facts. Let's take a look in some detail at the information retail traders are looking at and compare that with what institutional traders are using, and you decide for yourself what makes more sense to you. Now, on the left-hand side, here we have a typical quote board that you will most likely already be familiar with on your retail trading platform. I'm using MetaTrader here, which you might already be familiar with. It's one of the more popular platforms used by retail traders. However, it really doesn't matter. All retail platforms, as you'll be aware, will have the prices of the instruments that you can trade laid out like this. Now, to make our comparison easier, let's just focus on one instrument, the pound versus the dollar. Now, it's worth noting what I'm about to show you applies to any instrument. It doesn't matter which one you personally trade, whether that is Forex, commodities, stock indices, and so on. Honestly, I've just picked one at random to keep the comparison simple. However, the principle I'm going to show you applies to all markets. Now, what you see here is the pound versus the dollar with one-click trade buttons in the corner of the chart. Again, you will most likely be familiar with this. You open up your trading chart on whatever platform you're using, and you will see the buy and sell button for that instrument in the corner that you can hit buy and sell straight off the chart. So can we all agree, at the most basic level, you have just two pieces of information available to you as a retail trader. The buy price, sometimes called the ask or offer on the right-hand side, and the sell price, sometimes referred to as the bid on the left-hand side. Essentially, you have access to the price. Now, you might be thinking, hang on, don't I have all these tools and indicators available to me if I want to use them? Now, one thing you need to understand very quickly if you are ever going to be a successful trader is that every single tool or indicator you're using, whether that's a moving average or whether that's a trend line you've drawn, ask yourself, where does it derive its value or position on your chart from? The answer is obvious. It's from the price. So that isn't extra information. Every tool or indicator, all it is doing is it's taking price that you see here and simply representing it in a different way. Think about it. If you look at the calculation or formula for any indicator, it is just made from price. Ultimately, what you're left with, the same thing, the price. It doesn't matter how you represent it on your chart, whether you like it or not. This is the only information available to you as a retail trader, the price. Just because you distort it in some way using an indicator, or you join price up, as we've done here, using lines or even a retracement tool, it makes no difference. You're just joining up price. So it keeps coming back to the same point. You are building your entire trading business on two pieces of information, the buy price and the sell price. You can probably see where we are going with this. It's not very much information to build an entire business or an entire career on, is it? Now, rather than labor the point, because I think you get it, let's move on and compare this to what a professional trader at a bank or institution like where I worked is looking at. Can you see the huge difference? Remember, I said to you before, the great thing is you don't even need to take my word for it. It's right in front of you. Now, we will spend plenty of time breaking down all of this extra information you see here, and I promise you, it will become second nature to you. But this is why I've introduced this information straight away, so early on in the course, because I want you to recognize just how big the information gap is between a retail trading business, which you are most likely already running, and a professional or institutional trading business. Can you see? You are both competing in the same market in this example. The pound versus the dollar on the left, pound versus the dollar on the right. Except that your competitor, and make no mistake about it, you are competing against these people. Your competitor is looking at significantly more information than you. In what other business in the world would you allow this to happen? You already said at the start, you wrote it down. You wouldn't do that. You have the answer you wrote down in front of you. You wrote down the answer no. So why would you do that in your trading? Be honest with yourself. How do you ever expect to succeed when you're at such a disadvantage? Clearly, you need to do something about it. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. The great news is we're going to do it together. Now, of course, it might be the first time you've seen some of this extra information I'm throwing at you, or even any of it. So let's take it step by step, starting now, and build upon it as we go along. We're going to begin doing that in the next video. See you there.